Welcome back to Lesscashmoremash. My name's Tom.
And I'm Mike.
And today we're cracking open a new bottle of Maker's Mark, the hot release 2024 Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, finished in a 10 Virgin Oak staves. Nailed that intro right there. Nailed it. But
I didn't even read
I wasn't going to say any of all of that stuff. I was going to say it now, but I figured let's just get it all out in the open. The funny thing is if I remember correctly, I think it's 10 Virgin Oak staves, French oak staves that are in the actual Maker's 46 anyways. But this is the new release. We'll get into the particulars of it. Mike ended up finding it. Well, you found this up in Maine, actually, when you were up there. So, because I've yet to see any of the new Makers anything come to Massachusetts. So, for all of you that are watching from Mass, it sucks to be you just like me because we don't get these Makers. I don't know why
101 is like the only, and 46 so like the kind of.
But it isn't even the Bill's recipe, right? You can't get like the cast strength 46.
No.
I've never seen like the Bill's recipe because I had that come up from Virginia.
46.
Yeah.
And so 101.
Yeah.
And regular Makers.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand what's going on with Makers, but they Makers and Mass don't cooperate anymore, I don't think. So, all right, right into the particulars on this one. This one comes in at 111.7 proof. We got it for $74.99. This happens to be, it was bottled in April of 2024, and it's volume 1 of 5. So, again, I said this is a Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, but it's finished with 10 Virgin Oak staves. It's distilled, finished, bottled at Maker's Mark Distillery out of Loretto, Kentucky. And this is the second version, or second chapter of the limited release wood finishing series. And they named it as it is. It's to celebrate their team, which is their heart of the actual place. That's why they call it the heart. Ooh, that was one of the best cork pops we've had in a long time.
It is in a while.
So kind of excited to try this one. You know, I still would. I just heard rumor too that they're coming out with a new cellar aged one. We didn't get a chance to try the old one of that. I got super fan of
picture on that, right?
Yeah, I did because they come in. Yeah, again, Makers in Mass. Chances are we won't see this one either. That never came. Like I'd never even seen it, and that's the difference. Like I could say sometimes you see bottles, they're behind glass and they're marked way up and stuff like that. I didn't even see them like that. Like it's not even.
I was just in Connecticut over the weekend, and there's not a big variety of Makers in Connecticut, or at least the store I was in.
Right.
As well. So it's not, they just don't like the East Coast.
No, and it's funny because like Steve went out to visit a friend of his in New York one day. He walked in, and when I think it was BEP came out, they had like, they were like 20 deep on the shelf. So you know what I mean? It's like, what did it just stop here and like, just take the rest of it. I'm sick of driving. I don't want any part of it, So, and that's what he said. He goes, I can't believe how many are here. But ooh, that is quite the nose right there.
I know we say this every time because we don't get a variety pack too much. So when we do this, and I don't really hit them.
No, I don't either. I mean,
I didn't have one at the house.
I didn't drink them all. They are over there still. I have all the wood finishing ones still. But again, this is a funny brand to me because for whatever reason, like I like to save them, try to put them up against stuff, and then I forget about them. It's one of them. I forget about it till I have them, and then I'm like, wow, Makers is good. That's usually.
Well, you're not gonna be disappointed.
All right, that's usually my reaction. I'm like, wow, I forget how good these are.
It's got a nice flavor.
Ooh. Yep. Again, their cast strength is always right around this anyways, because if I'm not mistaken, and you can correct me on that, I believe these guys go in the barrel at a lower proof. I think it's 110 proof is what they like to put theirs in. They think they get better maturation out of the barrel itself, because depending on how proofy it is, they say you get a different pull out of when the rise and fall as it's coming in and out. So I do believe these guys, and I think Michter's is another one. There's a handful of them that go in at, because the max is 125, so most people put it in the max. But I believe these guys go in their lower proof. That's why, like, when you see a cast strength, that's actually Makers, it's always around 110, 111. It's not, it's not usually upwards of the the
120s.
130s and, you know,
It's-
120s.
I have nothing bad on this. This is actually very
No.
tasty.
I didn't think I was going to have anything bad. And even because it is a limited edition, I believe it even says it on the bottle.
Yeah, 1 of 5.
You know, because well, no, not that's. I believe it's. Oh, did you get any of the notes though? It says it right on the front. I
just
never
told
read
you
them.
right in the beginning that I didn't even read the bottle like a dope
Yep.
this time. We just jumped right in, so I'm way
It
behind.
says caramel, chocolate, and maple on the front.
Look at those.
Yeah, but I forgot what I actually came here to look. I did come here to look, and I got sidetracked by the fact that there was big things right on it. But I mean, again, it's a different bottle than Makers always has.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It does come out with the fancy, but it didn't come out with a ginormous price tag like everybody else does. You know what I mean? So
Around the average for those proof, you know, for the most part.
for the cast strengths,
Yeah.
they're in that range. Or even when they did all the wood finishing series, they were all in that range,
Yeah.
right around $75. You know what I mean? So it's not like, you know, we'll say like one from Wild Turkey that hit $300. You know what I mean? It didn't do it. Well, I'm just saying that. I mean, that is
Yeah.
their release was $279 MSRP.
No, I
you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. It's not.
Yeah, they didn't start there, or
No, right.
they didn't even give the vendors a chance to mark it up because.
I don't think Makers is one of them that a lot of people do. You can leave a comment down below. I
It's-
don't
it's
ever look at
actually
the secondary. I don't look at the secondary anyways, but
I think it's another one of those that the people either like it or it's not on their list. You know what I mean? You'll see the old timer walk right in, grab his handle
just
of
keep
this
getting better. Yep.
and out, or he's going to get the Jim Beam. You know what I mean? They know what they want, so they don't really tweak a lot.
People steer away from the Weeders a lot for some reason. I shouldn't say that because people love their Weller. But I agree with you. Makers is one of them lover to hater brands because to me, it is one of the ones that has such a concentration of flavor. Like when Steve's dad was just doing the Jameson and he had a Makers because he's like, oh, it had a red. I'm like, oh, it gotta be Makers. He goes, it's too much going on for me at the time. He didn't want to think about flavors and taste. He just wanted to have a couple, fingers of whiskey and be able to sit back and chill. This is a complex whiskey. You know, we always talk about that wild ride. This is giving you one.
Yeah, and the nose is fantastic as well.
Yeah. So it definitely brings. But if you're not ready for it, it's like
It's
in
there.
your face.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
it's there.
100%. I'm trying to see because a lot of times I'll get like the maraschino cherry in the front of some of the Makers when I do them, and I'm not quite getting that yet. But it is dark. It's rich. I can
It
see
is.
there's definitely caramel. I could see the chocolate. You know what I mean? Like put it in your mouth. It almost brings me to that.
It has the
to that-
sweetness of the syrup, so I
Yeah.
can go there as well. But,
Mhm.
and I definitely had the caramel right off the bat.
Mhm.
Chocolate that's a very
I think it's
far off distance for me.
it's like that darkness of the. That's what makes me think of that of the. Especially when I do like the Jack Daniels, it really brings a chocolate covered banana to me. That's exactly what I smell. But this one not as much, but that darkness of the caramel in there is nice, and it lasts for days. Really,
Mhm.
it has a great hang time on this.
Yep.
And I got a hug quick.
You do.
Like
yeah,
we
it
had one
was.
the other day that was a higher proof, and I didn't get the hug. This one is like
Right.
it coats the
And you do-
whole way down your throat, and as soon as it hits, it's
And
like
it was a nice little oak finish to the end of it
Yeah.
as well.
oh yeah, no, yeah, 100%. It's got. That's why I said this is more of a ride. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? If you got the fruit in the front, which I'm not getting yet, but you do have there is a difference between the caramel flavor. It darkens up. You get a nice oaky finish at the end. You know what I mean? It's not what I like to say, like a one note where you taste it. Like when we did the stag, it was delicious, but it was that same flavor from the beginning, the middle, and the end. This one, it's a wave. It's a wave of flavor.
I did write Maine, but I guess I could start writing the
I don't think you wrote Maine, did you?
ME.
No, I didn't look at the bottom of to see like whether or not.
But again, that was JD's in Waterboro, I believe.
I'm not writing everything. And Steve stops at a different liquor store every other day, so
I just kind of did it because we've got so many and we keep traveling. It's like, all right, where do we get this one?
No, that's why at
Trying to
least
put
the
at least the
state.
state.
At least the state. I have been writing a state on each one of them. In fact, stand by because we got a lot of rye coming home today. I think. Yeah, he was on a tear today. There you go. I just got a hit of it right there when I just reported. I just got a hit of the. Oh, only. Only my left nostril, I got a maraschino cherry. I don't know why, only there. Again, these I really wish if anyone from Makers is actually watching, is there a reason you know, I know we're mass holes and all, but come on. You know what I mean? Like, is there a reason? No, honestly, is there a reason? Because I can honestly say out of all the wood finishing series that we have, if it wasn't for Steve, we wouldn't have any.
Correct.
And not one of them came from Massachusetts. One came from Hawaii, in fact. One from Virginia.
You don't see
two
it.
from New York. A couple from Oklahoma. Like
Almost
as he was
thinking
traveling,
you might be right. I think they stopped in New York because I don't.
yeah.
They're not in Connecticut. They're not in New
Yeah.
Hampshire, and they're not. You don't even really see store picks of these guys.
Mm-mm.
You know, so we're very limited on what we can do.
No,
I
that's
mean,
why I'm
obviously
wondering.
they didn't stop because I mean I got this one in Maine, so
And we have some people that have commented about the distribution and stuff like that. So if you have any idea why they don't come, because again, this is I mean, there is nothing by these guys we haven't loved. The only thing you ever complained about, and that was right in the beginning of the chair, is you didn't like the 46. But it's not that you didn't like it; you just didn't think it was worth the extra bump and pay. But other than that, I don't think we've had one negative. Yeah, I don't think we have one negative thing about them. I mean, they're absolutely
they do well
delicious.
in a blind.
Yep.
They more than hold their own. They're tasty all the way through, and they're never really outrageously priced.
That's the key.
So,
Yeah, because I don't know of any of them that have even. I forget what the barrel aged one. I mean, excuse me, cellar aged one. I forgot what the MSRP was. I do believe that was like say 150. I'm speaking out of school. I don't remember what it was because we never found one, so I never had to really look it up. But I do believe it was over 100. But again, it was a 10-year whiskey too. You know what I mean? So I think it was just. I shouldn't say what. I don't know what it was. It never came here. We never found it anywhere.
No.
So, this does just keep getting better and better.
Definitely does.
Oh, all right. Well, this is going to be another one that once this opens up, it's just going to keep getting more and more of a concentration. I have to figure out what we can put this up against.
And if you're not a proof guy, I mean, this doesn't really, it doesn't bang, you know what I mean? It doesn't attack you. It's actually, you know, your first hit, your first sip, you know, you definitely know it's there, but you can acclimate to this pretty easily. So
I agree with you, but I think because it is so viscous and because it hangs so long, I'm wondering for all you guys that aren't proof guys, if you have this, is that something you don't like? Because a lot of times when you have the low proof ones, they hit and they go. Yeah. You know what I mean? They're more water-esque. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They're more water-esque. They don't stick. Where 9 out of 10 of the makers has such a viscosity. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, I took a sip and it just stays. And everything it touches, and you can feel it almost all the way down your throat. Like it's still coating. You know, that flavor lasts.
It does go right down. And you can still kind of taste the oak down.
Yeah, here. And it's not from the proof because we drank way hotter stuff. It's all about how thick and rich this actually is. And I think that might be what turns off some of the people that don't like, you know what I mean? Like if you're not a proof person, because it seems like it's so hot because it doesn't go away. It just, that flavor stays for days. I mean, it has one of the better finishes. So speaking of that, before we walk away and don't do our job again, what would you like to grade it? I know my grade.
I'm pretty content with an A. I don't really have anything.
No, I'm right up there.
It's A minus if you want to go there. I don't know if it's in the A plus category.
I'm A plus just because of the fact that what have we tried that is that much better than this? This isn't. You
know what really kind of sticks out as of recently is that no name one that I don't really remember the name. That was 115 that we did a couple days ago. It was more butterscotchy.
Broken Barrel.
I didn't mind that actually.
No, it was very good. But we put that in the A. Well, we put it as a straight A.
It would be in, that had a little more butterscotch flavor, but I enjoyed that one too. This comes right out of the barrel.
This actually, the more you said butterscotch, and now that's where it's tainted to on the thing. No, that was actually very good, and that will be going up against Weller Foolproof. Maybe if we need to throw in 100% because that's what it reminded me of. It really brought me in that. Because I was getting a fruity butterscotch, so it brought me into Buffalo Trace land 100%. But I agree with you, and that's why I think this one coats a little bit better, and it has a little bit better finish. And I think this is phenomenal. This is definitely. it's top 10 material of what we've tried this year.
I'm with you.
You know what I mean? So
I would stick with definitely an easy A.
Yeah, because I think this would hang with the Jack that we had, or the Old Forest, or even the Four Roses that came in.
It may not. You might pick it out just because of the proof, or because it just seems like an easy drinker after the initial.
To me, I think it'll hang just because it coats so well.
It does do that. I mean, Four Roses held on as well. And that.
Oh, I'm getting. Are you getting the fruit now? Because I'm
getting
definitely getting a cherry now in the front.
Getting a cherry, but. Again, I'm in the similar to the. It's almost like the bag of raisins with the. It almost be like a raisinette because it's got the caramel.
Yeah,
fresh bag of raisinettes, not the ones that have been in there from friggin'.
You and your bag of raisins. I don't know.
Raisinettes you used to get at the theater.
Yep, never got them. Hate them things. I'd eat them, but that'd be the last candy I bought.
Yeah, but usually,
I hear you.
They were so hot, it was like having rock candy.
No, I know. That's why I'd go with the Reese's Pieces or something, because the Raisinets were not my thing. But there you go. We're gonna have to get this guy in some blinds. Maybe I know. I'll come up with one. So there's the Maker's Mark, the Heart Release 2024 edition. We did not see the 2023 edition. If it ever pops up, still, we would definitely look into trying to grab it. But luckily for us, he was up in Maine, and this was
he actually advertised that he had it up there.
Yeah,
I don't know how many he got, but I got the last one.
I was going to say we have yet to see it anywhere in our general area in 3 states down here.
Nope,
so
you are 100%.
Yeah,
because it wasn't in New Hampshire, and I stopped there before I
no,
went
on the way up to Maine, right?
It was not there.
All right, well there you go. Again, leave a comment down below. Love to hear from everyone. I know it's a limited relief, but if you guys have got to try this and you want to see it in a blind up against different things, leave a comment down below, because I have some ideas where I want to put it. But you guys, I love your suggestions anyway. So that being said, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Spend less, drink more.
Cheers.
Cheers.